Hi everyone, I'm Gautam aka the Seeker of Wisdom. I'm a manifestation coach, and in this video, I really wanted to talk about why you shouldn't take your SP's words too seriously. Now, before I do so, I'd like to remind you guys I am available for coaching, so I offer hourly, monthly, email, and DM coaching along with premium coaching right now, which is basically unlimited calls and unlimited DMs. I also have a free Facebook group where I upload resources from time to time as well as my YouTube videos in advance. And I also have a paid Facebook group where I come up live 4 times a month, upload resources as well as clear up your queries. And I also have a mailing list where I'll post articles from time to time as well as my latest offers for coaching. And last but not least, I also have many different masterclasses and bundles. So if you guys need any information on any of these things, feel free to email me or DM me via Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to guide you on what plans may be suitable for you, and the pricing options and whatnot. So without further ado, guys, let's get to it. So, one of the things that often my clients talk to me about on a daily basis, I should say, is, what their SPs are telling them, right? They always come and tell me, like, okay, he said XYZ or she said XYZ, and, I'm really feeling down, or, I'm really kind of thinking, well, why haven't they confirmed yet, and so on and so forth, right? And the key thing is, literally 1 year in and 1 year out, like literally just that, like don't take their words too seriously. But there's this thing where, like, if they're telling me that, how do I look past that, right? Like, how do I see past the current version of them that is telling me all these things, like, whatever it may be, like, maybe I don't love you, or we're not meant to be, or we're not suitable for each other, or any variation of that, or if they're just not showing interest with you. Like, how do you look past those things? Or if they're talking about circumstances, for example, that's a very a widespread one where the SP is like telling them, hey, I love you, right? That's fine, but we can't be together because of XYZ circumstances, right? And when these types of things happens, like, remember that SP is not separate from you. They are you simply pushed out, they are you externalized. And so because of that, right, they are just reflecting deep insecurity or a deep fear that you have, essentially. So it's not their words, it's like them just saying what you have been feeling all along up till this point. So that's what they're just reflecting to you, that's what they're just reinforcing, especially when things like with like circumstances, right? This is what they're just reinforcing, whatever that you are already like feeling within, right? They're just like regurgitating that, because you are the one who always hands out the script to everyone around you to pretty much act out, right? So if you say the world is like a cruel place, folks are going to act that out to you. Folks are going to align in such a way that they reflect that to you. But if you also say that the world is a loving place filled with kindness and love and joy, folks are going to like reflect that back to you as well. So it's up to you to figure out what script are you going to make these people play in your life. And the same thing applies with SP, right? When it comes to like circumstances or whatsoever, you can always hand them out a script. Like, with Neville's revision technique, we have always seen that, you can literally write down a letter from their perspective to you and literally just read it out. Like, like, and like write down anything that you want from them, and clearly defining what it is that you would like to experience, right? But know that you don't even have to hear their words for these types of things, right? It can just happen. Like, you can just tell them like, okay, cool, and just like take the path of least resistance when it comes to interacting with them when they are like telling you about circumstances, or when they're telling you something unfavorable. You don't have to like convince them, or you don't have to argue with them or whatsoever. Just take a very graceful approach. Just be like, okay, sure, I understand, cool, right? And just kind of like end the conversation. But in your mind, one, you revise it either by writing a letter or having an inner conversation, and you simply write down like, okay, SP and I, right, are living in this like country, or this dream house where we are spending our the rest of our lives together, or where we live happily ever after, and things like that. And focus on making that a fact in your mind, and like repeat that over and over and over again, right? If your mind ever brings up the idea, well, SP said XYZ, you simply just tell your mind, that is not the version that I'm manifesting the ideal version of them, therefore this current version doesn't matter at all. right? And also, this is, like, my reality changes. I'm quantum jumping into a reality where I'm already with my SP. So this is irrelevant. This version, this reality is irrelevant to me. So I don't have to, worry about this current reality, because I'm not going to be living in this reality. I'm going to be quantum jumping into another reality where everything's already favorable for me. So I'm just going to be focusing on that until that comes to pass, right? So you can see it just as that. So these are ways that I don't take my SP's words too seriously if I were to be manifesting one, right? So the other thing is that don't be discussing this with like your friend or something, right? Because especially if they are not into manifesting, because the thing is, like, that can also trigger the insecurities, or they might just, like, reinforce the idea that SP may not change and things like that, and that's the last thing we want. Like, unless it's your coach or your therapist, like, that's a whole different thing. Like, these are people who, it's a safe space for you to express yourself and whatnot, like that I understand. But when it comes to, like, just talking to your friends about whatever that you're going through and stuff like that, like, it's better not to, especially if they are not in the manifesting space and stuff like that. Because I know people who will always talk to their friends as though their desires are a done deal, and that's completely fine. But the last thing we want is to reinforce our insecurities by discussing it with someone, and strengthening that unfavorable assumption. That's not something that we want to do. So ideally speaking, what I would do is that just don't discuss it with anyone at all. Whatever the SP said, 1 year in, 1 year out, revise the conversation, hear it in your mind, read it in a letter format, and you say otherwise, right? And you persist in that assumption. What does persisting mean? Simply assume that it's already done, and keep bringing your mind to that headspace as much as possible, no matter how far your mind sways, right? You bring your mind back to that desired state of mind, and you sustain that, right, until it comes to pass. That's all you have to do, guys. So if this video resonated with you, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. Subscribe for more videos like this, as I'll be uploading more videos every single week. I'm still doing that 1 week coaching giveaway for one lucky winner. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram. And when the channel reaches 1,000 subs, I will be giving out a 1 week DM coaching for one lucky winner. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and happy manifesting. Peace.